Alright, so I'm trying something I haven't played yet, called Planet Zoo, obviously. I'm going to just see how it goes. Create an avatar. Okay. What's with her face? Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to be picky about that. I am female. I am an adult, and I am large. I am white. It's interesting, there's only like 3 colors to choose from. What if I was purple? Okay. Heads. Oh, good grief. Alright, she's the least weird looking, in my opinion. Hair.
Oh.
Okay, no. Wait, is it only blue? Why is there like a palette? I want more of a red. Well.
Uh-huh.
It's awfully dark. Guess I'm just gonna have to go back to this one. It's close as I'm gonna get. Alright. No accessories. Kangaroo. That's cute. Alright. Okay, why in the picture it looks black, but they're actually... Oh, can I change the color? Oh, this gives me all sorts of color options, really? Okay, fine. And do I want a hat?
Oh.
I wish they had a penguin hat. Alright, that's cute. Okay. Sure, why not?
Oh.
Alright. Oh, where should I put my... Great, now I got a cat. Oh, you're helpful, I'll not. Okay, let's see. I don't feel like being in the US today. Let's put, oops, uh-oh. How about Australia? Let's, yeah. I don't know Australia, so let's just stick them right there. Yes. Alright, first steps. No, I don't have any money right now. What am I doing? Okay. I don't want to... Oops. Sorry. Dang it. No, I want this off the screen. Great. What did I do? How do I get this off of here? Okay, that should have been down further, but okay. Alright, let's see. Progress through a career in zoo management. Build zoos all around the world. No, I don't want to compete. Challenge. No restrictions. No restrictions sounds kind of fun, but I kind of like the idea of trying to actually become a successful zoo manager. Alright. Renovated and renamed after its purchase by... Goodwin House has since become one of the most respected zoos in the country. Here you come in, okay?
Heyo at Hematu. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. I have a habit of slipping back into the Planko language. It's good to finally meet you in person. I'm Bernard, although I insist you call me Bernie. The only person who calls me Bernard is my wife. And even then, only when I've tracked elephant dung into the carpets. As you know, I own several zoos, but I always like to show people the ropes here at my home. This is the first zoo I ever opened, and a source of great pride for me. And prides, thanks to a lion breeding program we ran in the 80s. But we're in the middle of a big renovation, and that's where you come in. Sadly, our old contractor had to retire after developing a fur allergy. Poor devil kept sneezing his dentures into the lion habitat. So, it's up to you to finish everything off. Don't worry, though. I'm not completely throwing you into the deep end. My head keeper, Nancy Jones, will be lending a helping hand. Oh, she's a hard worker, and she'll expect you to be too. But I'm sure you'll get along like a house on fire, or even better, one that isn't on fire. Less shouting that way.
All right.
Hello there. From that rosy, fresh face of yours, I'm guessing you're Bernie's new hire. Good. Now, I hope you're ready to ditch your diploma because we're about to get really hands-on. But before we begin the real work, how about we familiarize you with the zoo by learning how to fly around it and visiting some of our beautiful animals. We'll start by popping over and having a look-see at the grizzly bears in their habitat. Did you know that grizzly bears, also known as Ursus arctos horribilis, can hibernate for up to 7 months a year? Oh, but then again, given the chance, I think a lot of people would do that too. Select one of the bears and you'll bring up its information panel.
How do I zoom in? Is this where the bears were? No.
This is where you can find out all kinds of information about your animal. The most important thing being its overall welfare. You'll learn more about animal welfare today as we go through your objectives. But for now, let's enjoy this magnificent animal. Why don't you select the camera at the bottom of its information panel?
Dang it. No, Chester. Ow. Sorry. Ow. Let go. Alright, you need to get down. You're tangling up in my cord. Ow! And your claws are sharp. Alright, go on. Go bother one of the other cats. Alright. Oh, man, it's shedding all over, too. Alright, so we got information about the grizzly bear. Native to northern USA and Canada. Not endangered. Killed for sport and trophy hunting. Okay. So that's the bear. I wonder if there's a way to change the controls. I'm not really liking these controls that much. Standard mode. Um, let's see. Why can't I rotate camera? It's supposed to be with the right. Giant tortoise. So it needs enrichment. So I can't do anything. Okay. Alright, so these controls are a little difficult since I can't, like, turn the camera. I'm supposed to be able to turn the camera by pressing, like, the right mouse button, supposedly, but that doesn't do anything. Oh, I found giraffes. Let's see, so what I'm looking for, I forgot already. Oh, West African lion. And this is why I don't put trees on lots in The Sims. Trees are annoying. What's this thing? Snow leopard. Ah. Looking for the lions, and then I have to find the bears again. So... is there a map? Because I am lost. I need to see if there's a map, I think. What's this? Alright, it really is not good that I can't figure out how to roam. Okay, I think I found the lion habitat. But I still can't rotate the camera. Okay, I did this one. Why isn't it? What is going on here? I don't understand. I found it. Do I have to click on one of the lions? Okay, I need to rotate the camera. Why can I not? Oh, I don't want camera effects. Zoom camera, rotate camera. Do I have to? Alright. No. Oh. There we go. Okay, they could have probably done slightly better on controls, but that's okay. I'll get the hang of it, everybody. Calm down. Alright, enrichment. They're eating. Got Armina and Eliza. Okay. That's how we rotate. Okay. Now I understand. Okay, I get it. Alright, so I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. Alright, so... Still doesn't think I've located it. Is it because I didn't enter the grizzly bear animal camera? Alright, yes, I like this better. Okay, now that I figured out how to move things better, where were the bears? Elephants. Where were the bears? When I build my own zoo, I'm making it much more simple. Ah. It'll be easier because I'll know where I put... Well, no. I'll probably forget where I put stuff. This is me we're talking about. Alright, I cannot find the bears. I found the elephants. Aha, I found Zachary. Alright. Wall lamp. Pretty scented sack. Large fixed roller feeder. Supposed to be some kind of how am I supposed to find a camera if there's trees in the way? Alright, let's see. I still can't get it to turn properly. Don't really understand.
See now, this is a fantastic way to get a close look at your animals. You can also get this view of an animal by simply double-clicking on it. Okay, when you're ready, let's pop over to the other side of the zoo and take a look at the lions. I've marked their location for you to find.
No, she means she's marked it. So, when she says she marked it, there must be a map? I don't know how to find... let me look. That doesn't seem helpful. Alright. Where are the lions? I've already found them once. I can find them again. I can't seem to find... There's got to be a zoo. There's got to be a map because she said she marked it. And there's got to be a way to actually properly rotate the camera. But when I'm looking at the... I don't know if I'm just looking at it wrong. I've watched CallMeKevin play this, and I really want to play it. But I'm really struggling here.
Panthera leo leo, or the West African lion to you and me. Lions are the most social of the big cats, and there can be as many as 40 lions in a pride, although prides of that size are pretty rare. As Bernie would say, those lions are awesome, which is precisely why I handle the training instead these days. Anyway, how about we get started on those objectives? Come on, let's head over to an empty habitat and see what needs doing there. As you can see, it's a lovely space for animals, but it's missing a certain something. Well, two somethings. Warthogs. So I'd like you to adopt a pair of them. To adopt animals, we need to open the animal market, which is in the animal trading section. There we are, a pair of perfectly splendid warthogs for our zoo. Just click on them and select Adopt from the side menu. Normally the animal exchange would be full of animals, but I've emptied out the market while you learn how it works. The last thing I need is you accidentally ordering a dozen elephants. When you adopt an animal, it's automatically placed in the trade centre, where they're held until you're ready to move them into their habitat, which, as it happens, you are. So how about you move them into their new home? When you ask for an animal to be moved into a habitat, your caretakers will go to the trade centre, collect your animal, and deliver them to your selected habitat. I've marked the trade centre's location, so let's go and watch the caretakers in action.
I don't know what she means by marked it. Ah, here it is.
Well, as you can see, those caretakers don't hang about. They'll move those animals to their destination as fast as possible. Of course, normally we'd have to place the animals into quarantine before moving them into a habitat, but I am assured by a person of good standing that these warthogs are in the very rudest of health. Right, let's get the warthog's habitat finished up so we can keep them nice and happy. You see, each animal in the zoo has an overall welfare statistic, basically how happy they are. And that overall welfare statistic is itself comprised of 4 different areas: nutrition, social health, habitat, and enrichment. Luckily, if you select an animal, you'll bring up their animal welfare information panel, which we saw earlier, where you can see how they're doing. That way, you'll know exactly what areas need to be addressed. Don't worry if that's a lot to remember. You can always check the Zoopedia for more information.
Alright, what is
Let's
making...
start by making sure we're taking care of the warthog's nutrition welfare. To do this, we'll need to place a food station and a drinking station. Now, Each animal requires a different type of feeding station. And for the warthogs, it's a small feeding trough. So let's add one of those and a water bowl.
Okay, give me just a second here. I'm trying to see what's making noise. I think I know what it is. So just give me just a second. Yep, that's what it is. Okay. How do I turn off? Notifications. There we go. Disable all notification sounds. Alright, sorry about that, but it was starting to get on my nerves. Alright, now what do I need to do? I need to go back to the warthog. The animals. Common warthog. This is it, right? No. Why did it bring me here? Where am I? I think what it's doing is it's taking me to where they're in the trade center. I need to go to their habitat. So this is not good. Is this it? No. Alright. Alright, it just keeps taking me to where they're being held at the moment. That's not helpful. It should be taking me to the empty habitat. Why am I getting notifications? I turned that off. Snow leopard. Alright. Where is it? So, oh my goodness, alright. I'm really not fond of these controls. I'm going to be honest. That's like the biggest downside to this game is the controls. And there should be an actual map to help us like find stuff. I think that would be incredibly helpful. I still haven't been able to get it to rotate no matter what I do. And I really want to rotate my camera properly. Oh my goodness, I just don't... Where is it? Okay, I'm getting frustrated now. Where is that empty habitat? See, this game definitely is not good for people with poor memories. So what's that? Finally, good grief. Okay. Now, I forgot what I need to do. Add a feeding station, water station, and toy enrichment. don't know what the point of that was. Okay, so it completely blocks my view? Like, I don't understand.
Animals also require stimulation to keep them happy. Let's add a lovely mud bath for the warthogs to roll around in. That bath will count towards their enrichment welfare, specifically their toy enrichment welfare.
Well, how am I supposed to do that? This is so annoying. Okay. It blocks the bottom half of the screen. I want to put it here. What the hell? So this is where I need to be able to rotate. And it's supposed to be the right key. There we go. Ah. Oh, okay. Well, that's really not intuitive at all, people. Good grief. Alright, so you have to hold down both mouse buttons. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh,
I'll get the hang of it.
nice work. You've got a knack for this, I see.
Yeah,
Now,
sure I do.
Our contractor had to leave in a hurry, so this place is in a pharaoh state. Unfinished thingamajigs and whatsits all over the shop. But the first thing we need to finish is the ostrich habitat. It's over near the hippos.
Alright, so zoo. Habitats.
Oh, before we actually start building our ostrich habitat, let's pause the game. Just click the pause button in the bottom right corner. Ah, that's more like it. A quick break. Sometimes it's a good idea to pause the game whilst you're doing something which requires your concentration, because it'll stop the zoo spinning out of control while you're looking the other way. Let's keep the game paused while we get this ostrich habitat built. Okay. Job number 1 here is to add a habitat gate before we complete the barrier. Every habitat needs a habitat gate. After all, how else would the keepers get in and out? Just make sure it's hooked up to the path so the keepers can reach it.
Well, I thought this was... It's supposed to be by the hippopotamus area. So I thought this was... Alright, it must be something with this, with Twitch, maybe, I don't know. Just going to ignore it. Whoops. For heaven's sakes. Placement areas. I don't... Oh, yeah, these camera angles are a nightmare. Where exactly is the ostrich habitat? I am really, really confused. So that was next to the hippopotamus. Alright, we'll go back over by there. These trees are not helping. Okay, so this is a really big exhibit. And... is this it, maybe?
Let's
Finally.
complete the perimeter barrier so we can adopt us some ostriches. I've marked out an area for you to use, so I'd like you to finish off the perimeter using the brick barrier.
Dang it.
Good work. Remember, before you can place
not
animals
pretty.
in any habitat, it has to have a full loop of connected barrier. Now, you've probably noticed that guests can't actually see into this habitat at the moment. At least not without a stepladder. But seeing as they're banned, I'd like you to select a piece of barrier and swap out the brick for a glass barrier, so the guests can see in.
Oh. Wait, what do I do here? Oh my goodness. How do I undo?
There we go. Adding in more windows gives guests even more opportunities to see the animals in a habitat. It's always best to make sure the guests can get a good view into a habitat from the path they're walking on, because it makes them happy. and because this would be a pretty terrible zoo if they couldn't. The last thing we need to do is to add a donation box. You see, when guests enjoy the view of an animal, they'll make a donation. Just make sure you put them in easy-to-reach places, like near a viewing point. Donation boxes are one of the main sources of income for the zoo, so make sure you remember them.
Oh, what is that doing there? I can't get rid of that. I don't know why it won't let me. Probably because it's a tutorial. That's really annoying. Okay, that's fine. Okay, get out of there for a second. Come on. Ugh. Okay, so... yeah, these controls are a bit of a nightmare. It's about the only thing... I mean, I like the game so far. I've seen it played and it's fun. But, come on. The controls are not great. Why aren't they working now?
By the way, as well as pausing the game, you can speed the game up by clicking on the fast forward button. It'll run everything at 2 times and 5 times faster. It can be useful, especially if you're waiting for money to accumulate or for animals to be delivered to your habitat. Personally, I use it when I'm waiting for a brew to finish. All right, you've finished the habitat, so it's high time we adopted those ostriches, don't you think? Let's get 4 of them in here. While we wait for them to be collected by the caretakers and brought to the habitat, you should get it ready for them. Add a suitable feeding station, water station, and an appropriate food enrichment item. It's often best to place things like enrichments and feeding stations near to the habitat perimeter, so guests can get a really good view of the animals.
to see the ostriches have somewhere they can really stretch their legs. Did you know they can actually run at 43 miles per hour? Oh, heaven forbid they ever escape. The speed camera fines alone would bankrupt us.
Well, Bernie certainly seems impressed. Did he do his speed camera joke? Every time we get an ostrich. So, now we've made the ostriches' lives a bit better, let's do the same for the keepers, shall we? To make it easier for the keepers to feed the ostriches and hippos, we should build a new keeper hut. Keeper huts are where the keepers prepare the food for animals, so they should be placed near to the habitats to make sure the keepers don't waste their time walking when they should be looking after the animals.
Alright, this is not going well here. There we go. How do I place it when it...
You'll need to rotate the keeper hut to get it to connect up to the path.
Oh my god. That doesn't work because now I can't see. Oh, this is ridiculous. See, and this is part of the problem right here. There's trees in the way. I can't see what I'm doing. And it's being ridiculously picky about placement. Oh, finally.
This keeper hut only has space for one keeper, but the larger keeper hut can allow multiple keepers to prepare food at the same time. Oh, but bear in mind that keeper huts and other staff facilities shouldn't be placed near to areas where there are lots of guests. Guests don't like seeing facility buildings, and it can affect their happiness negatively. In case that wasn't clear.
Okay.
Something that all facilities, shops, and a whole host of other objects need is power. And that obviously includes your newly built keeper hut. So let's place a transformer next to it, shall we? Now, the reason everything has gone blue is because you're using the power heat map. This map allows you to see what is and what isn't powered in your zoo. So once you've placed your transformer, you can click in the bottom left to turn the heat map off.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, we need to find... okay.
Lovely work. Now the keepers can start using the hut to prepare food, and thanks to where you've put it, they won't need to walk very far to deliver it to the ostriches and hippos. Let's get on to your next objective then. Bengal tigers. We want to adopt some, but I'm afraid there's nothing ready for them yet. Head on over to the plot of land I've marked out. It's not too far away. Righty, your next job is to build a habitat from scratch. And concrete and glass, I expect. So, go ahead and build it. Just make sure that the habitat includes that big hole we've dug. Oh, and don't forget to add a habitat gate to the barrier. Oh, and make sure the guests will be able to see the tigers.
Yes, yes, we got that. Why the hell did it turn all of them concrete? That's not what I wanted. Ugh, dang it. Fine, we'll make them all glass. Ugh, that didn't work. I don't understand. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is not... Alright, so... complete the boundary and connect it to the path. Right, so I don't have a connected... Wait, where's the boundary missing? Oh, these controls! Oh, I see. Okay.
Now, Bernie takes safety very seriously at his zoos, so we should probably make sure those tigers can't jump out of their habitat, don't you think?
Ah.
The way we'll do it is by changing the height of the habitat's barrier. Okay then, you should start by double-clicking the habitat barrier, which will take you into barrier editing mode. Great. Now highlight the entire perimeter of the habitat. You can do that by clicking and dragging the barrier selection tool. Now you've got all of the perimeter selected, you can increase the height of it by clicking and dragging the barrier height tool upwards. You'll want to make sure it reaches a height of at least 3.7 meters. Now that the habitat is in place, don't forget to put down a donation box near to your viewing areas. We need every dollar we can get. Especially as these tigers aren't exactly eating instant noodles for lunch. Okay, that's the habitat boundary complete, the habitat gate in place, and most importantly, the tigers won't be able to jump out of it anymore. I think it's time we adopted those tigers.
All right. Tigers.
whilst our trusty caretakers collect and deliver the tigers, let's take a look at preparing the habitat for their arrival. We'll start with the basics. Add a suitable feeding station for them.
Oops. Alright, so we gotta put a feed tray down for them. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is way too big. It's ridiculous. Okay.
This time, instead of adding a water bowl, let's try something different. Some animals need a pool in their habitat so they can go for a swim, but they can also use it to drink from. All you have to do is make sure the banks of the pool have a gentle slope so they can easily get a nice, refreshing drink. There's already a pool excavated, but you still need to fill it with water. You should do that by going into terrain and selecting the water tool.
Wait, where's terrain? Oh, over here. Okay.
Yes, that'll do nicely. Of course, just like the warthogs and ostriches, these tigers will also need some enrichment. Why don't you add some suitable toy and food enrichment items into their habitat? Okay, it's really starting to take shape. Now, the tigers will need a shelter in their habitat so they can hide from the guests, or more likely, the bad weather. Although given that we're in England, you might want to think of that just as...
England? I thought I was in Australia.
Go on, add a shelter to their habitat. You can either build one from various suitable bits and bobs, or if you like, just pop down the blueprint that I've already built for you.
Whoops. I think we'll put it here.
Oh, poor Dabs. I'm sure it can't have escaped your attention that the tigers look a bit miffed. That's because they aren't too keen on the type of terrain in their habitat. Select a tiger and bring up its information panel. Rightio. Click on the terrain tab. That way you can view the terrain information and see how they feel about the different types of terrain. That'll tell you what the tigers need more of or less of in this habitat.
You want more rocks and sand?
Okay then, open the terrain editing tool, select painting, and give them some more soil. Yes, that should help with the habitat part of their welfare.
Grass short.
They say that good fences make good neighbors. I guess that's doubly true when one of the neighbors is a Bengal tiger. Still, those tigers look so happy that I doubt they'd leave, even if you did poke a hole in their fence. Oh, but for heaven's sake, don't test that theory.
Oh, darn.
Right, let's head over to the Indian peafowls. I've been told that we need to improve their social welfare.
Zoo. Where are they? Ah, the maze.
Just find one of the peafowls and select them to open their information panel. Then we can have a good gander at how they're doing. Although technically, I suppose gandering would just be for geese. Expand their social welfare and we can get a bit more detail. Right, as you can see, the peafowls need their population to be larger. To solve this little problem, you'll need to adopt 3 more female peafowls. Off you pop to the animal market then. Good work on those peafowls. I expect they'll be delivered soon. But sadly, it sounds like our snow leopard is a bit grumpy. Let's head over there and see what's wrong with her.
Oops, snow leopard.
Just like people, animals can suffer from stress if things aren't quite right. You know, like when you see someone put in the milk before the tea bag. In the case of these snow leopards, they're a bit stressed by their lack of privacy. You can lower their stress levels by swapping out the normal glass barrier by their cave for one-way glass. It's not a cheap option, but I think they're worth the expense, don't you? This will give the snow leopards somewhere to go when they want to get away from the prying eyes of the guests.
don't understand what I'm doing wrong here. Oh my gosh. This is getting frustrating. I am having trouble because of this. God, no. It didn't let me replace this part of the fence, and I don't understand why it's giving me trouble. And then when I do try to kind of zoom in so I can see what I'm doing, it blocks me. How's it outside the placement area? So I can't... So it's not going to let me do... It's telling me to swap this, but it won't let me swap this part. I don't understand. This is really frustrating. Nothing's changing. There's plenty of money. How is it outside placement area when it's a barrier that's already there? This doesn't make any sense. And I can't even remove them. That's what's insane. How is it obstructed? I'm just replacing something that's already there. Can I move this? Is it because I put this? Yeah, but it won't let me move that. I don't know what to do. It says it's obstructed, but if it's obstructed because this is sitting here, then I can't. I'm in a point where I can't even complete the tutorial then because it won't let me do anything. Like, how is this helpful? I don't understand. I mean, if I was playing for real and something was obstructing it, it would let me move the obstruction. But, okay. And that says it's outside placement area. How can it be? It's the original wall. I don't know. I don't know what to do here. So I don't think I can even move it because it's... outside placement area. So this tutorial is uncompletable. Yeah, this is not going to... I really want to play this game, but it's so difficult to maneuver. And now I can't even do what it wants me to do because it says the wall is outside the placement area, but that's where the game placed it. And I can't move it closer because I've already put items in front of it. I don't know what to do. Alright, so I am going to quit for now because I'm getting more frustrated and I'm done being frustrated. So I am going to go ahead and save it. Call it uncompletable for now. And quit. Yes. Alright. So, well, if you've been thinking about buying the game, you can see what some of the issues are with it now. Keeping in mind that I'm not the world's most coordinated person, and, you know, someone else playing might not have as much trouble. But I kind of remember CallMeKevin having some issues while he was building, too. The controls are a little weird, so I don't know. I think it's a good game overall. The graphics are great. I'm definitely going to keep trying to play it. But it definitely could use some work and some fixing on a couple weird issues there. So, all right. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your weekend.